Hey everybody, my name is Kev and I would like to reintroduce you to and today we will be talking about how to get into the comic book world. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I'm on YouTube when I can just go into the comic book store. Well, you're absolutely right about that. But how about we get to the basics so this way it can be a little bit more easier for you to understand. You have issues and you also have trade backs. Issues are magazine comic books that come out newly every Wednesday. So it doesn't matter what month you're in, just know that on a Wednesday there's always a new comic book. And depending on what story that you're picking up, like for instance a Captain Marvel or a Batman comic book, and you want to know how many times it will come out in that month, there's a little section in either the beginning or the very end of that comic book that shows you if it's a one-shot, which is the only issue that will come out, and after that issue it won't be another one unless it's by a different artist or a different writer. And then you also have a bi-weekly comic book and a monthly comic book. So just look for those, and in case you need any more help, obviously just talk to the store clerk. They'll help you out. They're very eager to help you out. But how about we move on? Issues are the beginning of the story arc, and however long they're dragging out that story arc is normally about 5 to 6 issues. So issues 1 through 5 is the first, and 7 through 12 could be the second story arc. But let's say you're now going to the comic book store and you pick up a Batman comic book. It's at issues 24, but you want to know what happened in the very beginning. So what do? Do you buy all 1 through 22 issues just to catch up, or do you buy something else? Well, you can buy the graphic novels, or also known as trades, and those come out every 6 months. So pretty much after the first and second story arc, there will be a new trade that comes out. Now, the way that you can tell, especially if you're in issue 23 for Batman, you would have to pick up a volume 1 comic book, and that'd be on the sidebar of the comic book. And how you could tell is also by on the back of that graphic novel will have it will say issues 1 through whatever. It'll be at the bottom of the comic book, and pretty much you can start from there. So you would have your graphic novels that would be issues 1 through 12, and then the next would be 13 through whatever, and then bam, you're caught up. Now you have the issues, and then you'll be caught up right alongside with it. But it's a little costly, so how about we go over the prices? Now, unless you live in Delaware, you're gonna have to pay taxes, and if you live in Pennsylvania, you have to pay Pennsylvania taxes, obviously. So in PA, for DC comic books, it's $2.99, and for Marvel, it's $3.99. And if you, so happen to want to be reading a Power Rangers comic book, they're also $3.99. And those guys are run by Boom, Image, and Valiant. So there's a lot of different comic books that are owned by its own companies. And those are the prices, $2.99 and $3.99. Now, depending on how the comic book is an annual, sometimes it comes out annually, it could be a little bit more. So for DC, if it's an annual book, instead of being $2.99, it'd probably be $3.99. And for Marvel, instead of $3.99, it'd be $4.99. Now, how about we talk about those trades or the graphic novels? Because let's face it, if you're trying to read from the very beginning and you pick up a graphic novel, you're gonna look on the back and be like, oh my goodness. So here you go. A graphic novel, they are from the ranges of $14.99 to about $24.99, and they're on the back of the graphic novel. You'll see it in the barcode, and it's normally 2 prices there: the U.S. price and the Canada price. Well, obviously, when you're U.S., so you don't have to worry about Canada. I just figured I'd bring it up because it'll be back there. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you're collecting comic books and you want to sell them in the near future, let's say 15, 20 years from now, you can sell them. It's kind of like a bear's bond. So, how much what it costs to take care of your comic books, because you have to keep them in perfect condition. You don't want any bite marks from rats or dogs or, bugs all over it. You don't want it to be torn and ripped up. It has to be nice and clean, so that way when you sell it, you can get your money back worth of it. So here are the things that you can buy that can help you take care of them. You have your comic book sleeves, or also known as bags, and you have your comic book boards. Now, a comic book sleeve or a bag is $7, and the boards are about $10. And it's self-explanatory. You just put the board inside the bag, and you put the comic book inside the bag as well, and then you tape it up or keep it closed. And this way you don't have to worry about any water, bug marks, bite marks, and all that. Now, what also you can use is storage, to put them somewhere safe. You can buy comic book boxes, or you could use a shelf to keep them in order, a cabinet, if you will. And if you're going to buy comic book boxes, you have plain, and then you have the graphic tie. So the plain boxes, they run you about $4 to $5. That's a short box. A long box, which would hold more comic books, can run you about $5 to $6. Now, if you decide that you want to get a graphic box, that would have, Batman on it, Captain America, Superman on it, those might cost just a little bit more because, well, let's just face it, you're paying for the brand name. So, it depends on where you live at. In the box, for instance, Marvel, it might run you about $7 to $10, or $12, depending on it. But as long as you have somewhere that you can keep these comic books in a safe and well maintained spot, I think you'll be good to go. Especially if you're trying to resell them in the near future. Because let's face it, 15, 20 years from now, there won't be the same comic books that they're writing now. So, hey, you might as well get your money back, right? Okay, I think that'll do it for this show. As I said in the beginning, my name is Kev, and I already did this video before about a couple of months back, but it was plain. There was no music in the background, and you couldn't see images. All I was holding up was issues and graphic novels. I wanted to give it a little jazz and pizzazz. Now, this channel will not only be about comic books, we can also talk about how to get in the motorcycle world, which reminds me, I'm going to be doing a video on how to get into the motorcycle world. But I also want to keep you guys up to date of comic books and motorcycles. And I don't know, if you don't know how to drive a stick shift, I wouldn't mind helping showing you guys how to do that on YouTube. Give it a like if you think it deserves one, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing, hey, it's all yours. I've been Kev, you've been you. Let's stay in tune.